Nestle and Cadbury are two of the world's top candy makers, battling each other for supremacy since the mid-1800s. We all know their most famous bars and confections, but today we will dig a bit deeper into their back catalogs to taste some of their lesser-known candies to see who has the deeper roster. Candy royalty throws down right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Novak with my pal Shad Hancock.
Got it.
Nick Geiger.
Yo.
Guys, you've in your day used an excuse or two to get out of work, right? Going back to like teenage years when you didn't want to work some jobs. No, Geiger, you've never done that?
Not usually, no. I don't think I've ever really.
You never called in a job with a fake sick voice?
Well, I worked for my dad for 2-3 years, and that was kind of hard to pull. Dad, cough, cough. I'm sitting right next to you. No, not that I can really recall, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to brag. I just don't do that.
I haven't ever used I actually don't think I've ever used a fake sick voice either, because I just get sick a lot. So I, didn't need to or whatever.
Use your regular sickly voice.
But I always had since I've had a lot of jobs where it's I could, when I'm at the job, I'm just playing a lot of solitaire. So why call in?
Right.
Just go into the office and cough all over the computer screen.
I definitely did it when I used to work at a grocery store. And I'm like, I can't fucking stand to go check groceries for the next 6 hours. So, but it was before there was now, with a lot of jobs, you just go online, say it my job, I go online and just click, I'm not coming in. But you used to have to call. And so I would, and you can't just call and say hey, won't be in, not feeling good. You have to play it up. You just naturally,
you got to Ferris Bueller it, if you will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So I have a list here of top 50 excuses. 50. The article just says 50 bulletproof excuses for getting out of work, and they're all legit ones. So
most of my excuses have been hey, I need to go nut in a cup again because my vasectomy's taken a long time to go into effect. So missed a lot of work for that.
It didn't work at Jewel when I was 16.
I gotta go nut in a cup. And my dad, like I said, owned his own business, and he had lots of ones from his employees who were quite the rapscallions. They were never very reliable. And I remember the one guy, I don't think he was lying. He was actually kind of a weirdo, but he called my dad, hey, I'm in jail. And he's like, can you come bail me out or else I can't come to work? And he's like, what happened? And he's like, I got drunk and threw a ketchup bottle through a plate glass window at George Webb's. So I got to be honest, I don't think it was an excuse. I think it was simply an explanation.
Yeah.
But
is that a restaurant or his friend's house?
Sorry, no. Yeah, George Webb's is a hamburger place in Wisconsin. You know, my buddy George Webb's.
All right, so you're each gonna pick an excuse. We'll see who. No, I'm gonna have you each pick a number 1 to 50, and we're gonna see who's got the better excuse.
Okay.
So, Chad, you go first. What number?
I mean, wouldn't number 1 be the best? Or these aren't ranked?
Well, they're not in order. They're just 50,
okay.
50 great excuses.
All right, let's go with 12.
That's your number. We learned at some point. You always pick 12. All right, so we'll see which one of these excuses you think would go better. This one was babysitter canceled. That's not a bad, right? You're supposed to be somewhere. And...
Except if you're working during the day, how often do you have a babysitter during the day? If you're trying to get out of work.
Yeah, or just daycare. The daycare is closed or something. That's definitely
right.
Because they can't. You got to take care of your kids.
I feel I have to do that now. When they're home for summer, I work from home anyway, so it doesn't really help me. But in theory, it could. Yeah.
I guess, you'd be equivalent would be the closet I normally lock my kids in is on fire, so I don't have anywhere to put them during the day.
Yeah. The sensory deprivation tank I dunk them in, out of water.
Geiger, what number?
I got to go 42. You know me.
I do know you. We all picky numbers for our baseball team, and Geiger he said he should take 42 for Jackie Robinson. It's like a number that is the major leagues won't let you wear. And so we just then he's like, no, I won't do that. And we just kept goading him until he decided to actually do it.
For Jackie.
Wow.
My standard line is, my standard lines were both Trailblazers. He was the first black man to play Major League Baseball, and I was the first shitty non-athlete to play softball on our team.
On your team. I was going to say, I don't think you're the first shitty non-athlete to play softball. I think that's most softball players.
That's happened, yeah.
All right, Geiger, your excuse is you were in contact with someone who had COVID-19.
Oh, that's a great excuse.
I've used that excuse. I've gotten out of work with that excuse.
Well, hold on,
a couple years ago.
That's just I was near someone who had it. That doesn't mean I'm sick, right? Like my boss would just be great. So your desk at home and work. Like why would they? That's not a reason to not. Oh, is it? These are not to come into the office, is what you're saying. Not necessarily.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good excuse then.
To get out of, and it does still say 2023 edition. So it's that one's wearing a little thin.
Yeah, that's like you walk down the street these days. Like
I passed by somebody who had tuberculosis. What?
All right, let's do one more each. See if you can beat that. Chad, give me another number.
Yeah, I think I can beat that. I think I can beat that with number 30.
All right, number 30 says you had a traumatic experience. That's your excuse.
I'm very vague about it. What was your traumatic experience? Saw someone across the room with COVID-19.
The little experience is, or the little paragraph is, you had a traumatic experience like witnessing an accident, crime, or death. It will surely shake you up. Being traumatized is a state that can last for undetermined periods of time.
I was getting a bank. I was getting money out at the bank when it was robbed.
I went over to a graveyard and there was dead people there. I'm traumatized. I dug up a corpse and saw a dead person.
Yep, that's traumatic.
That traumatic, actually.
Yeah. For the family of the deceased, probably more than you, but yeah.
I'm like wearing the skull on my head, and I'm like, yeah, this is true. Look how much this traumatized me. But I did get a new hat.
All right, Geiger. Let's see.
Yeah,
pick another one.
Let's do 8.
8, famous. Mm-hmm. Other baseball player.
Number.
Nothing. Yours. You have the worst one yet. Mental Health Day. It's the old Mental Health Day.
But I bet you that one's used more than all the others combined.
It's a very common one now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now that people actually care about their mental health.
All these fucking snowflakes these days, am I right?
Chad walking around with a skull on his head. What the fuck's wrong with all you guys and your mental health?
I'm traumatizing people left and right. Making them all take mental health days.
It's always funny to me, like, at my work once in a while, I know there was people that were, like, calling sick, and then, like, they'd be on Facebook, and they're Facebook friends with their fucking boss, and, like, they're posting pictures of them at the Cubs game or something. I'm like, how fucking dumb are you? First of all, don't be friends with anyone that you report to on Facebook. That's just stupid. But second of all...
Also, don't have a Facebook.
Right. My favorite one was I was sitting next to my friend, and I have like sat next to each other for a long time at work, and she had a team of like people, and this guy comes up. It's like noon on a Friday. And he goes, "Hey, I was wondering if it'd be okay if I just took the rest of the day off." And she's like, why? Like, for what? Like, is something going on? No, I just really want to get an early start on the weekend. Just like, yeah. Yes, we all
appreciate that, though.
I told her, I'm like, the guy just flat out told you. I mean, that's some balls, I guess. But yeah, it was just the sheer gumption of like, nah, just kind of want to get out of here. Yeah, no shit, asshole.
I've been in contact with someone who had COVID, and now so have you. So if you want to leave too, that's good.
Breathing on all the desks so they leave.
Here's today I'm wearing around a skull of somebody who died of COVID. So, it's the best of all worlds.
Pretty sure Skin Suit Hancock has COVID, so we gotta get out of here.
Chad bebopping around with a full skeleton on his back.
All right. We have no excuse not to eat these candy bars, so let's get started. 3 candy bars, rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with one of the Cadbury's. Let's do the Wispa. Wispa is one of these, it's kind of like an Aero bar, I was reading, which is like that very airy, light chocolate that looks, from a cross-section, almost looks like a sponge.
Did we do the Aero bar or no?
We might have.
We did, or something very similar.
I can't find it on the spreadsheet.
Something that was made with Aero chocolate.
I got these. We had to go to the local shopping mall, so that which I never go to shopping malls anymore because why would you? But we had to go to the Apple store. It's one of those things. You guys ever go to the Apple store? Get your phones fixed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my wife's iPhone was the battery was sucking. It was just dying halfway through the day or whatever. It's a brand new iPhone.
I've been there before.
Only 2 months old. So go to the Apple store.
Sounds traumatic.
Yeah, it was so traumatic. We actually did it during work hours instead of working. Went to the Apple store and the lady she's like, well, it looks like you're not up to date on the most the latest version of the operating system or whatever. So why don't you try updating? So, and I'm sitting there fucking cocky. I'm in tech. I'm this is not going to fix it. She has a faulty phone or whatever, And so anyways, she updated the operating system and now the phone works fine. So right next to the Apple store.
Were you loudly cocky to the Apple geek? Be like, that's not gonna work.
No, I'm not a bad customer, but I was definitely thinking it in my head. And as we're walking out of the Apple store, I'm I was saying to my wife, I'm there is no way that it's going to work. I promise we're going to be back here in a week. But anyways, right next to the Apple store is this candy store with all these international candies. And so I picked up these bars there. That was what that story was all about.
Geiger, what do you think of the Wispa?
I kind of like it.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked me to whisper.
You thought I was asking you to whisper? When I said, what do you think of the Wispa?
I think it's an excellent mode of communication.
Here's what I think of it.
What do I think of the Wispa song? Wait till you see my bitch. Hey, bitch.
I might have told this story, but my wife hates that song, and I don't know why. Well, I think I know why, and it's because
you don't know.
What do you mean you don't know why? It's a terrible song.
Yeah. No, she especially hates it because I would wait until we're laying in bed, and I would like spoon up against her and whisper right in her ear, and I go, "Oh, wait, you see my dick? Hey, bitch!" So I would do that, and she would just start flailing her arms and legs, no, stop, she'd get really upset. So it's not good bedtime music. Does not put them in the mood. Just
you had been in contact with someone with COVID, and then you're just breathing all over her. That's probably
right.
You definitely gave her a traumatic event there.
When you see my corona, I'm gonna beat that pussy up. The whisper song's good though because you don't have to be good at singing in order to sing it. You can just whisper. You can just whisper. Anyway, the Wispa candy bar. So what do you see this bar? Hey, bitch. I think it's
hey, bitch.
Howdy, bitch. This bar is fine. I guess I'm not. It is airy and light. It's almost like a drier Three Musketeers, but I guess that's not true because the Three Musketeers is actually nougat or whatever in the middle. This is just an aerated piece of chocolate. It's Cadbury chocolate, so it tastes good, good chocolate. It's just lighter. There's not much to. It's not all that flashy. It's not blowing my socks off, but it's a good quality piece of chocolate. I think it's a solid like that. I would like something in it, like caramel or peanuts or something, but I'll eat this.
Jed?
Yeah, I think I'm right in line there. I mean, the flavor tastes good. It is maybe a little thicker than I would want in like just a plain chocolate bar. You know what I mean? Like something this thick, you're like really biting through it, and it's like, oh, that's all there was chocolate. Mm-hmm. You know, as my teeth are going through it, I want like a little bit more texture, some flavor in there, something like that. As my teeth go through it.
Spoken like a real vampire.
So I'm going to give it a like that.
Wait do you see how thick?
I agree. I would just prefer solid bar chocolate than this airy chocolate that we mentioned before.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. To me, it's just kind of a low level like that. I could eat it. So a welcome visitor. Cadbury always makes a quality chocolate.
Yeah, they do.
How was it when your teeth went through it, Novak? Did you? The most elegant way to talk about biting something. Wasn't Brad Pitt in the movie his teeth runs through it?
Did you say it was Brad Pitt in a movie as my teeth runs through it?
Yeah. Isn't it the river runs through it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love explaining.
All right, let's go to Toffee Crisp.
Yes.
Toffee Crisp is the Nestle bar. And, do we know what countries they are actually from? I don't see anything.
Probably UK or some shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, this is about...
So now
it actually has this shape of like a Butterfinger, more in size, I think. But inside it looks like there's... What's in this thing? Some caramel? Some crisp rice, maybe?
Toffee. Probably. Yeah, toffee, crisp cereal, filled milk chocolate was what the ingredients say.
Chad, what do you think of Toffee Crisp?
Okay, now this one has a lot of texture as your teeth go through it.
Yes.
I don't know. This one's weird because I really enjoyed it actually on that first bite. I was like, ooh, crisp rice. Like, this is a texture of a bar that I kind of like, but the flavor is off. And I don't know if it's maybe it's the caramel in there I'm just not really feeling, or maybe the toffee flavor or something isn't doing it for me. Also, I'm not like coming off that Wispa. This chocolate is like noticeably worse. So this actually, by the time I got to the second bite, I was getting a little disappointed in it. It's still all right, but like this is not something I would ever seek out again. I think I'm going to give this an indifferent to that.
Yeah, it's kind of... I don't love toffee things, but we have had some toffee bars that I think were decent. Like, what do you have? The Score bar? Is that toffee? That I think did a slightly better job with it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I think something that has caramel in it has to have a little more tug to it when you put your teeth through it. I thought it just kind of fell apart.
As you pull your teeth away from it, you want some more resistance.
Yeah, something I could really sink my teeth into. This like really fell apart as I was eating it.
Yeah,
it seems like it should be better than it is, but it's not getting the job done. I'm actually a little disappointed. I'm going to give this a dislike dat.
Wow,
Geiger, what say you?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest toffee guy in the world. Like a Heath bar is like way down the list for me. It's partially due to the way you put your teeth through it. It's like too chewy and crunchy or whatever. This is not that. You're right, Novak. It's almost like crumbly, and I don't know. Maybe it's just like I don't know how old these are or whatever. But like, it just I don't know. It doesn't taste caramely. Like Chad's right, in like the cereal and the caramel mixed together and make it. I'm trying to think. There's a bar that has like crisp rice and caramel in it. Is that the 1,000 grand or whatever it's called? The
1,000 grand now?
What is it? 100 grand? I don't know.
Wow, inflation really taking its toll.
It's inflation based, isn't it? Isn't it just called 100 NFTs now? Is that 21 Bitcoin? I think it's okay. I'm not really digging it, and I don't like the form factor of it just kind of feeling like it disintegrates in my mouth. So I'm going to give it an indifferent. It's okay.
All right, 2 indifferents and a dislike. I was looking through a couple of these other examples. One was you peed yourself on the way to work and had to go home.
You could pay me to tell my employer that. Hey, yeah, sorry, I'm going to be a little late. Pissed myself again. Drain the main
Number
vein
21.
in my pants.
Number 21 is sprained ankle.
I've had that one. I sprained my ankle at work and still stayed the rest of the day stupidly instead of going to the doctor.
Stayed and sat at the fucking chair staring at the computer.
Yeah.
I managed to play a whole lot of freestyle.
I was walking to the cafeteria and I stepped half my foot off the sidewalk, onto the grass, and then just fucking crumpled like a rag doll onto the ground. And my ankle was totally fucked, but I still I was like, well, I gotta get lunch. So I stood up and went and waited in line at the cafeteria on the foot, which I probably shouldn't have done. Walked all the way back to my desk, which I probably shouldn't have done.
How bad is this fucking sprain?
It was bad. It was bad.
I shouldn't have done.
I had to wear a tight boot / ankle wrap kind of thing for 3-4 weeks or something.
I'm picturing whatever noise tech guy makes spraining his ankle as he goes down.
My lower tendons are.
Strangely, that's also the nutting noise you made when you were filling those cups.
My lower tendons.
My best difference.
Okay, segment time. You guys I haven't placed you guys head to head in a while, so I'm gonna be
all right
going head to head here. So whip out your dicks. And,
what? Excuse me?
Wait till you see my dick.
Hey, bitch! Wait till you see my dick.
So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna read some very obscure, real Guinness World Records activities, and you're gonna both have to guess what the number is for this activity. All right, it's what is the record? They're just totally bizarre things that do exist. Did you guys ever, when you were a kid, read the Guinness Book of World Records? I know that was a popular thing. That
Did
was
I read it?
You could
Saturday afternoon.
Get it.
When was that
read
popular?
the Guinness World Record?
Fucking nerd school did you go to?
Look, I sprained my ankle for a full 2 years.
That probably is the Guinness Book of World Records.
Hey, good morning, Chad. It's Saturday. You could watch some cartoons and play some Super Nintendo or read the Guinness Book of World Records. Which would you rather do?
It was always available, the book fair every year. It was a scholastic thing.
It was available. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Let
Nick,
me partake.
Hey, Geiger, you can do neither of those things growing up, but still find something better to do.
It always had tallest man in the beginning, two giant twin brothers, fat guys on motorcycles. Do you remember those guys?
That's how they get you in there. Wait, 2 fat guys on motorcycles? Do I remember those guys? Oh yeah. Earl and Fatso. I remember the motorcycle twins.
Remember those 2 fat guys on a motorcycle?
What were they?
You guys remember those?
They were
what record? The most combined weight on a motorcycle?
Episode too. Yeah. Yes, I'll find those fat guys.
Two fat guys on motorcycles. I'm
Guinness.
Is this going to be any
hard? Oh, I actually do remember these guys.
I told you.
What?
I do remember these guys, and I remember them from Simpsons too. Yeah, I see. There's a picture of the Simpsons here. Yeah, okay.
Fat guys motorcycle. Okay, is this just black on my picture? 2 blobs sitting on dirt bikes? Is that what I'm looking? Because that's what I see.
That's the one.
It's like a black and white picture of identical.
That's it.
They have like shades on,
t-shirts. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of pelvis.
I mean, okay, now I understand why you read the Guinness World Records instead of watching cartoons. I get it now.
I stand corrected.
These were my heroes.
Those guys can't wait to see their dick. Hey, bitch.
Okay.
What is that the Guinness World Record for? Fattest guys on bikes.
It's the fattest identical twins, I think is the name of it.
Oh, boy.
But they just happen to be riding motorcycles that were screaming out in agony the entire time.
Okay. A guy from the USA, Odilon Ozare, invented a hat. It was the tallest hat. The tallest hat ever invented. Okay. Now, in order for it to count, he had to walk 10 meters with the hat on.
Hold on.
Because that's what constitutes a hat.
Who gets to be the guy at Guinness that gets to arbitrarily make up the rules for what constitutes a record? I would like that job.
All right, Geiger, you can start.
Okay.
How tall was his hat?
How tall was his 10-meter walking hat?
Feet and inches.
Feet and inches? Okay, so if you're walking, 10 meters is how many?
It's like 33 feet or so.
33-foot hat?
Down a driveway, basically. You have to walk to the end of your driveway.
Yeah, right.
Wearing this
a 33-foot hat.
Quote unquote hat.
This device.
So you can go over this. No prices right here. You can. So whoever's closest.
Is this like a top hat that just has it's like a box, like a cylinder that goes
After we're done, you can look up the hat.
No, I'm looking it up now. Oh, look. I will say it was. I'm terrible at number shit. You guys are gonna laugh no matter what I say. Let's say it's about 4 feet tall. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
If it's like rigid cardboard or something, I don't know.
Chad?
All right, it's gonna be way taller than that. I'm not gonna just like over under you here though. I'll actually try to make it interesting. See if I can get pretty close to the number. I expect that this doesn't look anything like a hat at all. It's probably just like a metal ring on the guy's head, and then he stacked like Legos straight up as tall as he could, or something like that.
That's him inventing a hat. What an inventor!
I think it's going to be 25 feet tall.
Okay, Geiger said 4. Chad wins it by a nose because it is 15 feet 9 inches tall.
Oh, all right.
So right in the middle. So
I win it by a normal sized hat.
A 15-foot hat that he balanced his way slowly 10 meters in length. So you look up world's tallest hat.
World's tallest hat. Let's see.
Have a look at this guy's hat. So stupid.
All right, hold on.
It does kind of look like what Geiger described, like a very tall hat, but it's like weirdly gray. It's like,
yeah, the color is what's weird about it.
Yeah, his choice of taupe or mauve really pissed me off.
And he's got to like hold it with his hands and stuff.
All right, here's the next one. A professional stuntman, Josef Tadling, from Austria, set the Guinness record for farthest being dragged by a horse while on fire.
Pretty niche accomplishment.
Yeah, very specific.
Yeah. Okay, so how many feet was he dragged by a horse while on fire? I'm setting records.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, here you have these definitions that like horses. Okay, horses can go pretty fast. Like, what does constitute on fire mean? You know what I mean? Like does he have just like a birthday candle size flame on the palm of his hand or something, or is he like fully engulfed in flames the whole time?
Yeah, I think he's in flames. You know how like a stuntman in a movie like has to run around on fire, so he's probably wearing some kind of suit.
Okay.
That lets him be on fire.
Okay, cool. So probably not as far then. But maybe the fire gets put out, the farther he goes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
From the dirt. The fire gets put out. I'm gonna be consistent here. I'm gonna say 25 feet.
Fucking 25
but it's a lot farther
there.
than that, actually. But.
Yeah. So I wonder how long. Man, because the fire would hurt, but getting dragged by a horse would almost hurt worse, I think. Because if you're wearing a flame retardant suit or something, you're probably protected from the fire itself. Unless, as Chad said, you just have a single flame emanating from your palm like the Human Torch. I will say...
Could be wearing a horse drag retardant suit. So then the fire would be the part that would hurt more.
Right. That could be it. So what's half a mile? Is it 25 feet anyway? No. I'll say half a mile.
All right. That's like 2,500 feet or so.
Yeah. I'll have half a mile.
So half a mile is, 2,500. Definitely this one's going to Geiger to tie it up. It was 1,940 feet. Pretty significant.
Awful.
What a record. All right.
1,000.
This guy, Kevin
banged by a horse. I was on fire the whole fucking time.
And I would get dragged 1,900 feet. And I would get dragged 1,900 more while I am on fire.
Just to be the man who had a great excuse for missing work.
At least I'm not the giant fat fuck who's riding that dirt bike back my door.
And did you see that really tall hat?
All right, the next one. Okay. Kevin Shelley of Germany in 2007 set a record for breaking the most toilet seats with his head in 1 minute.
Fuck?
It was a very hilarious video that I'll send you later of this guy just, those toilet seats set up. They're wooden toilet seats, and he just goes toilet to toilet, bringing the lid up and smashing it.
So they're still attached to the toilet?
No,
yeah,
it's like a ring, or is it just like a ring like out of nowhere and he's just picking it up and smacking it, or is it
no, they were attached to the toilet, but the toilets were all like on a waist high table, like they were
never mind.
ready for him to go like wham, move over, wham.
Okay. I feel
cool.
I feel like this is something our friend Kurt would try to do.
And it's not like the guy wasn't, it wasn't like some beer swing guy. I'm pretty sure he was wearing like a gi or something. Like he was.
Okay. It's like a martial arts guy.
Okay,
that makes sense because
he trained with a sensei.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
No, it doesn't, because so I took Taekwondo when I was in college for like 3 years, and like the sensei, he like. One time, we like learned how to break boards or whatever, and he's like, "When you get good, you can do this," and then he like smashed a board over his forehead or whatever. One time, so just to like show us the possibilities, I guess. I don't.
Yes, this was the Dookie Dojo.
When you get good, you can do this, and he shoved his whole head into the toilet and broke through the other side. So this is the record for breaking toilet seats with your head while someone's taking a shit, or is it like through their legs?
While the two motorcycle guys are shit.
Oh man! Oh god! Those guys probably shit foot long hoagies. Those things are fucking.
So how many in a minute?
In a minute.
Yeah, you're right there. How many in 1 minute?
I guess it's a very quick action. So But is someone like, how many toilets can you possibly have at the ready? Is what I wonder. Was he?
They're all set up. Like they're set up.
Sure,
He's not running.
They're all
through a house looking for. No, but
what I mean is like, did
someone
why do you do this in a house that has 2.5 baths?
But like, he's grabbing some old man. Where's your guest bathroom?
He's just at Home Depot, just going up and down the aisle. So like, is it? But I'm just saying, like, how did he know how many he'd need, like, to set them all up? Because you can't be like quick changing out the seat.
I think he practiced probably to like see what was possible. And then
good point. Yeah, he had no fucking life.
You have a lot of questions. Just pick a goddamn number of toilet seats and smash with his head.
All right, so bang, 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 like bang, slide. Okay, I think in a minute,
the old bang and slide.
With just a fucking face full of toilet seat. Man, I would say, I mean, I don't have any basis for any sort of thing. I'll just guess. So I'll say like 30. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That seems high.
Okay,
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. And I would crack 30 would it? Chad?
Actually, I'm remembering now, like, so after my sensei broke the board on his head,
right?
Then he had this toilet with the wooden seat,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, and when you get really good, you can do this. And then he like grabbed me, and he's like, "Come here, nerd!" And he smashed my head through it, and then gave me a big swirly in the toilet. So that was cool. That's the sound. And I was like, my upper tendons, pointing to my brain.
And then I remember my sensei had this toilet, this operational toilet he gave me a swirly with.
In the dojo.
Okay. Yeah,
my synapses.
No.
How many, Chad?
Cortex.
Okay. I actually was thinking he could probably do, it's either going to be like somewhere between 1 a second and 1 every other second. So like that's somewhere between thinking. 30 to 60, I think. I don't think 30 is too high at all. I'm actually going to say 45.
It's 46. Chad knows his toilets.
Wow, Chad.
I do.
You know,
yeah, believe me.
You have broken a toilet seat in your day, I bet.
Number 4. Kim Seong-do from South Korea set the record for most number of watches eaten.
Okay. So you can just be in Guinness for anything? Can I just be like...
At 1/5 of a watch. Then he stopped. And no one else has challenged him.
Okay.
Watches eaten.
This is like in a sitting. Okay, so it's not like over the course of his life.
Oh yeah, it's not like an all-you-can-eat watch buffet. You can, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. He put a napkin in his fucking shirt and got his fork.
I remember Kim Song-do as a babe sucking watches from his mama's teat.
Chad, didn't you say your Taekwondo instructor would force you to eat watches out of the toilet after he smashed your head into it?
Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
I remember you saying that about him.
Chad, you're up first for this one.
Most watches, just most watches, period. There's no time limit here on the watches. So he can, like, you know, take his time. Like, he's not like trying to Kobayashi the watches down or anything.
Could you Kobayashi the water? He soaks him in water to make him softer? Yeah. Like, what the fuck it is? Just eating a watch.
That's the key. You gotta soak the watch.
I don't think.
It doesn't say what type of watch, if it's like a little plastic Casio or a high quality Rolex. It's just watches. So how many do you think he ate?
It's a swatch. Because there's no numbers, so like that makes it easier to eat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is fucking weird. Whatever. 7.
All right, Geiger.
In an hour, it is.
It's in a sitting.
In a sitting.
Okay, so he can. If he sat for 5 hours, he could eat. Sure. Watches. Okay. Well, not.
Does that help you?
As one does. So this guy, I mean, most of us had dinner rolls. This guy had a dinner Rolex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us, eat at dinner
Chance of
time.
7.
This is the Timex. No.
Once I ate 7 watches.
Some of us have Hawaiian rolls. This guy had a Hawaiian Rolex.
Boy. So these are not like Flava Flav clocks, we're assuming. These are, I'm guessing, these are small little watches.
The answer is Flavor Flav.
Man, I wonder how you would prepare a watch. Anyway, you'd have to take it apart and eat all the component part. I don't think you just pop those fuckers in whole. So I'm thinking, boy, that's going to be an uncomfortable deuce later on. But I'm going to say in one sitting.
Pick a goddamn number of watches.
4. I don't fucking know. This is stupid.
Ooh, Geiger. You're on a Rolex. That's you had 5 watches. I actually, for that joke, I needed Chad to get it right because he answered the last one correct. To be on a Rolex. But I used it anyway.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, it's 2-2.
Logic has never concerned us when telling jokes.
God damn it, Geiger.
Fuck you.
You fucked up my
Awesome
perfect Rolex joke.
Why couldn't you have let me win that Timex?
Oh, boy.
All right. So the most consecutive push-ups by a full-size humanoid robot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a humanoid robot.
Infinite. It's a fucking robot.
Just listen. There's a humanoid robot that was made by the University of Tokyo in 2016. His name is Kengoro. Kengoro was designed to accurately mirror the capabilities and range of motion of the human body with 174 degrees of freedom. And its designers aim to make a robot that is both flexible and strong with hands and feet, fully articulated, while being supportive enough to support its weight. So this robot set a record for the most push-ups by a full-size humanoid robot. All those words apparently must be in the title to get this record, because the number will shock you. So, Geiger, you're up first.
So, to be clear, it's not the half-size humanoid robot. It's not the leprechaun-shaped humanoid robot. Okay.
No.
Most push-ups by a robot designed to do push-ups.
Right. So does this push-up robot look like the guys on the dirt bikes? Because
that's how they designed it.
I mean, I gotta be honest.
They took the full-size part of it quite literally.
Right? I gotta be honest. The way you described this robot, it sounded pretty sexy.
Kangoro
sounding. Yeah, Kangoro. Does it have like 8 arms or whatever, like Goro has from Street Fighter or whatever? Just doing them.
Yeah.
Just himself up in the air.
Goro has 4 arms and he's from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I don't fucking play those games. I don't know. Put it in your
minecart. You fucking buffoon! I got you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Chad would definitely own me in that. Not in. Well, you'd own me in push-ups too. I can't do those. I'm not a fully formed humanoid robot. I'm barely fully. I'm a very full formed human. All right. You said it will shock me, so I wonder if that's lower than I'm thinking, because I'm thinking a robot could just crank out near infinite push-ups, but it's supposed to simulate like a shitty human, or a
shitty human.
I mean, a shitty old human.
All right, students, you're going to design this robot, but this robot must look like him. And then it's like a picture of me.
Meat Mom, I'm tired. Fuck this shit. Like lays down, eats a cookie.
Robot's just scrolling through excuses why it doesn't do push-ups. I came into a contact with COVID-19.
I haven't downloaded update 19. Okay, I'm sorry. How many? I promise I'll make it quick. But how many in what time frame again? Was it an hour?
No,
just how many? Oh, how many before it like stopped pushing?
Kangoro, do push-ups. Please kill Kangoro.
Is there another record Kangaroo can break? How about those toilet seats?
Give me your goddamn watch.
I have several watches inside me right now. Quickly, while I'm on a Rolex.
I need my operating system updated. Yes, please. Listen to the Apple Store lady.
They're taking Kangaroo to the Apple Store. Hi, my fully formed peak humanoid robot needs you to fucking swap out the protector plate on the front or whatever the fuck they do there.
Also, he's kind of hungry, so we'll take 3 of those Apple Watches.
All right, I'll say he can do 150. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of I don't even know how many a human can do in one sitting.
What is a push-up exactly?
500,000.
Wow.
Well, you both got a number. There is a number 5 in the answer that you both have, but there are no more numbers. The answer
5 is what he did?
5. 5 is the fucking Guinness World Records.
I honestly think I could beat a robot in a push-up contest. No, I couldn't. But oh my, 5. Did this thing have a beer gut and stuff? Yeah. Oh man!
I really did model him after you.
All right,
Ken Geiger.
Geiger's up 3-2. 2 more. The only man in the world to be struck by lightning multiple times, or I guess there's a few, but this guy's been struck more than anybody in the world. His name is Roy C. Sullivan. He was a park ranger. Before I tell you the rest of the story, how many times was he struck by lightning? Chad, you're up first.
His name was Ken Goro. He was made of metal.
I mean, after 2, you're asking for it, right? Like, you're going out there with, like, a fucking, Ben Franklin kite or something with a key attached to it. You're standing on top of the Sears Tower just saying, strike me down. So, it doesn't happen. 5.
Oh.
Kangoro had done 5 push-ups and was immediately struck by lightning. And they called it the record.
He did 1 push-up for each time this guy's been struck by lightning, I think, in honor of this guy.
Yeah. That was going to be my number.
The Guinness World Record guy going to watch a robot do push-ups. This ought to be a long day.
You got like a full lunch, like all these snacks and shit.
Good Guinness Book of World Records jersey. He got all excited to watch the big game. 5 minutes.
Oh, this is so great! I flew 20 hours to Japan to see this. I can't wait.
Goro-san is tired. Just sits down. Fuck you, Goro.
After the 5th push-up, it just sort of stands up and reeks over and starts forming a noose out of a rope. Put Ken Goro out of its misery, please.
This got fucking dark. Let's see. 5 is a good number for getting struck by lightning. But I'm with Chad. I think it's
hell of a number.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think I'm with Chad. I think after 1, if you even wanted it to happen again, maybe I'm sure there's a couple people in history have been struck twice, but that's insane odds. After that, you've got to be asking for it. You got to be a real lightning chaser. So I'm gonna say I'm not trying to Price is Right you, but it can't be that many.
Yeah,
I'll say 4.
All right, Chad ties it up. It is 7.
Oh,
all right. This poor guy. It says
7.
He first was struck in 1942. Says lost big toenail. 1969 lost eyebrows. 1970 left shoulder seared.
Wow, twice.
72 hair set on fire. 73 new hair refired.
Refired.
76 ankle injured.
Couldn't go into work.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I got struck by lightning on my way to the cafeteria. That's why
77 chest and stomach burns, and then it said at 83 died by his own hand, reportedly rejected in love. Nope, that's not.
Whoa, Jesus!
Reportedly sick of being struck by lightning, probably.
So how many was that in the space? It sounded like every year on his birthday.
He had one in like the 40s, and then the rest happened in like a 6-year span or something.
I'm going to tell you about the last few times. The fifth time, it says he was out in the park. Sullivan
wearing an aluminum suit.
Sullivan saw a storm cloud forming and drove away quickly. But the cloud, he said later, seemed to be following him. I would think so, too.
Yeah. Oh,
when he finally thought he could outrun it, he decided it was safe. But then he got out of his truck and got struck by lightning. God damn it.
I'm picturing some, like, Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's, like, getting out of the car and looking around. The cloud's, like, hiding behind him. And he turns around and is like, fuck, and gets zapped.
This guy's wearing world's tallest metal hat.
Same guy. In 76, it was reported he saw a cloud, thought it was following him, tried to run away, and was struck anyway. God damn, just staring up at the clouds, just so scared for your fucking life all the time.
Is this like the fucking smoke monster from Lost? Who the fucking clouds is fucking following? Like
this guy's in Mortal Kombat. He pissed off Raiden. Raiden's just chasing him around.
That sounds like a government conspiracy or something.
The last time he was struck by lightning, he's still trying to get back in his car, and a bear approached him. He then hit the bear with a tree branch, despite the fact that his hair was on fire. It says he claimed he was the 22nd time he claimed it was the 22nd time he hit a bear with a stick.
Okay.
This guy's under Guinness World Record for hitting bears with sticks.
What is this fucking? It's like if like Paul Bunyan
it's
and
karma
Ghost
for
Rider
you
had a
beating
baby.
whacking the shit out of bears. Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Leave the fucking bears alone, ass.
Hold on.
Hey,
Let's
right.
take the what? So wait a minute. He's just running around hitting bears.
He's a park ranger.
Oh right, okay. Because so. Park rangers notorious for just abusing bears with tree branches. That's one of their main jobs.
Look, he got struck by lightning 7 times. He's in a foul mood.
He's a little jumpy.
He can't be blamed for being a little perturbed.
This guy thinks he's Zelda. He's like walking around hitting things with tree branches, getting struck by lightning when it's rainy out.
Having to get his hair done 3 times because it keeps burning off in lightning fires.
Of course, I meant Link. He thinks he's Link, not Zelda.
Right.
You guys got it.
No,
God damn it, you and your fucking sprained ankle. All right.
What's the next
one? 3-3. This is the rubber one.
All right.
Rubber match here. Okay. Kirby Roy volunteered for the Guinness Book of World Records to be kicked in the nuts. All right.
As soon as you said kicked, I knew what he was going to where he was
by an MMA fighter named Justice Smith.
Oh,
jeez. Right? He kicked him in the nuts at a certain miles per hour. So when he kicked him, it says Roy said that was a strong kick. But says that it wasn't that bad because he had been kicked there so many times that his nerves process only 10% of the neurotransmitter necessary to communicate pain from the testicles to the brain.
Who's this guy pissing off that he keeps getting cracked in the nuts?
That is the weirdest superhero origin story I've ever heard in my life. My master kicked me in the nuts for 40 years. I came out with impenetrable nuts.
So the record is fastest miles per hour having been kicked in nuts? That's the record?
Yep.
Did you guys ever read this book when you were kids about how fast a guy was getting his nuts hammered? You ever read that?
So who owns the record then? The kicker or the nut? Like the guy with the nuts doesn't own the record. He's just standing there.
Yes, he does.
Why? The other guy's doing the
Why?
kicking. Because the guy generating the speed is responsible for the speed of the kick, not the other guy.
You know how many people you're gonna have trying to break the record, just going around whacking people? You
Just as a guy walking down the street, and like fucking Conor McGregor runs up with a Guinness World official and just belts a dude in the nuts. You're not counting at him. The guy's balls are split out, open in the sidewalk.
It has both the miles per hour, and the pounds of force. But we're gonna go with the miles per hour. Pounds of force is probably a little more obscure to calculate. Yeah. So, Geiger, you're up. The miles per hour. How fast was this kick?
I'm really good at calculating nut shots. I know all about this, the swiftness of a nut shot. Fuck, man. So Justice Smith had a wicked nut shot, and I'm gonna say that fucker kicked at 20 miles per hour. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how fast people can kick, right? Like, how fast can you actually move your legs?
Right.
So 20 seems high to me, because if people could move their legs at 20 miles per hour, they could run at 20 miles per hour, right? And isn't like, that's like Usain Bolt speeds, I think.
Yeah, and I think getting hit by a car in the nuts at 20 miles an hour would probably hurt quite a bit.
Yes, car slightly bigger than leg, but your point stands.
Yeah.
But if you only have 10% of the neurotransmitters to communicate pain from your testicles to your nuts, then it wouldn't hurt as much.
Yeah, you get hit by 10 cars and it's all good.
Yeah, Bill Nye, the testicle guy over there, fucking figuring all that math out for him. Well, my hypothesis is he's like writhing on the ground, holding his balls.
Bill Nye, the testicle guy. All right, 10 miles per hour.
All right. Geiger, you win. It's 22 miles per hour for this kick.
Holy
shit. That is a train wreck in your
nut
pants.
shot.
Wow.
That's a sack.
Congratulations to this guy who will never be a father.
Kirby Roy. If I just type his name in, Kirby Roy.
Show us his testicles.
It says world record kick to the groin. That's all that comes up when I put it. So,
why are his eyes crossed in this picture?
Not going to be able to make it into work.
Got kicked in balls at 22 miles an hour.
All right, let's eat Starbar.
Every time I put in Kirby Roy, and I just got pictures of Kirby from Nintendo, which is not helping.
Hey, Kirby, why can't you come into work today? Well, open up your Guinness World Records book. It's on your desk. Turn to page 35.
Are you this fat twin? Oh, wait, 37.
You know, those fat twins are why I started reading this book in the first place.
Wait, you can't come in because of your tall hat? 39.
Just get in here. Fine, I'm the fat twin.
I am Ken Goro. I shall be late to work.
All right, what's in this? Supposed to be in this thing?
Starbar.
Milk chocolate with caramel and peanut center.
Again, just kind of a standard sized bar, probably about the size of like a Milky Way or something. And the chocolate on the outside is a little crumbly. And then the middle just looks chewy. It's kind of hard to tell cross-section wise. The caramel from the peanuts all kind of just mixed together in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this combination of ingredients. And, of course, it's very Snickers-esque, right?
Yeah.
Snickers is a top-notch candy bar. And this, too, is a top-notch candy bar. I feel like Cadbury has done a very good job here. I find the saltiness right on where it needs to be. It's a little saltier than a Snickers. I think this is a real home run here. I'm going to give this a love dat. I think Starbar is incredibly tasty. I'm very impressed. Geiger?
Yeah. I don't My first couple bites, I was confused. It kind of tasted just sort of like weirdly salty, and I couldn't quite pin down what it was. But the more I'm eating it, I like the texture from the peanuts. The caramel's good. It's like, and it's not like that overly gooey caramel that gets stuck everywhere. It's like I got a good chew, but it's still somehow not like horribly, like, I don't know, caramello, which that gooey caramel that gets stuck all over. It tastes kind of peanut buttery, even though there's not really peanut butter in there. It's just the peanut flavor is really good. I'm with you, Novak. I love this thing. This is really tasty.
Wow. Two loves.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a basket last week?
Yeah,
we did. Yep.
Wow. Okay, so we're on the precipice of history.
Mm-hmm.
This is more unprecedented than a robot doing 5 push-ups. I had to check that record like a bunch because I'm like, this can't be right.
What does this robot look like? I'm gonna Google Kangoro robot.
Plug the fucking Kangoro in. Why is he only doing 5 push-ups?
The pictures of Kangoro are kind of funny. It's very funny looking. Has this like fucking like smug ass look on its face, and it's like lifting its arm up to like flex its biceps, kind of thing.
Yeah, he's fucking cocking off after doing 5 push-ups.
Cocking off, yeah. And there's pictures like of it doing push-ups and like holding a badminton racket and stuff.
Oh yeah, the article did say the push-up and badminton playing robot, and then like, there was a video, and the badminton the racket was like in one position, and like somebody clearly threw like a shuttlecock in, and it just went and like rotated forward and like smashed the badminton. I'm like, fucking playing badminton.
I mean, right. Playing badminton about as well as I play badminton, probably.
All right, Chad, what say you?
All right, I'm stalling here. That's why I wanted to look up Kangoro, because I'm a little indecisive about this thing. Here's what I will say. The flavor of this bar is fantastic. Okay, I think it has great chocolate. I like the caramel.
Hell yeah.
I really like the peanuts and the peanut butter in it.
Yeah.
Here comes the 22-mile-an-hour kick to the nuts.
It got stuck in my teeth a little bit more than I would have liked.
Hell yeah.
And but so when I took those first kind of bites, like Geiger, I was also sort of like very confused by it in that respect. Just so confused.
Term.
No clue what was happening, you know. Whoa, where am I? Like that kind of thing. Like Geiger.
Hey, bitch.
But in the end, I do think this bar delivers. I am not quite as bullish on it as I think you are, Novak. But that flavor is really, really, really good. The flavor's on point for me. I'm going to squeak it just barely into a love dat.
Yeah, peer pressure. Basket of Puppies, 2 weeks in a row. Amazing.
All right. Well, if you have ever set a Guinness Book of World Record, if you, like all of us, right, and really everybody, got into reading the Guinness Book of World Records because of 2 giant obese men who ride dirt bikes, if you ever were part of the Yin Yang Twins, if you were one of the Yin Yang Twins, Yin or Yang, and you'd like me to see your dick, if you have ever... what did we talk about originally? We talked about whatever we talked about in the beginning. I don't even remember anymore. Oh, excuses. If you ever fucking called out of work, you fucking malingerers, you dishonest assholes. If you ever had a sprained ankle, boy, it's nothing to play with. You can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We're on Twitter. #YouTriedThat. We're on Facebook with the You Tried Dat group. Let us know what you think of our snack ratings. Let us know what snacks you'd like to see us try. Ask a question for the mailbag. Leave us a review if you can. That would do great. And we'd also love it if you do enjoy the podcast, if you could share it with your family and friends that you think would be interested in whatever this is. And as always, thank you very much for listening.
All right, real quick, how many push-ups could you do you think? You can't stop. You can. The only stopping you can do, you can like stop while arms extended fully up and still holding yourself. But you can't stop, like, rest on the ground.
How good do the push-ups have to be? Like, do I have to, like, chest touch the ground or, like...
Not all. Like, they have to just be okay. They can't be, like, your elbow only, like, technically bends at the joint.
You're familiar with my technique.
The kid in gym class who, like, counts his sit-ups and, like, for 1 minute, and he's like, 180. You're like, that's not fucking possible.
I like how you specified that we couldn't just rest on the ground a bit. I did one push-up, lay there for an hour, did another push-up.
This isn't push-ups in one sitting, right? This is
I actually used to do a lot of push-ups because I was doing this workout class through work that like got canceled with COVID and stuff and like hasn't started up again. So it's been like a couple years since I did push-ups, but we were actually doing the full the hand release push-ups. Right. Where you do you have to rest on the ground and like lift your hands up and then put them back down.
Kangoro bow. I remember that was popular.
Those are like super hard. But I could probably do right now 20 maybe 15 somewhere in there.
I don't really know.
Geiger?
I have a weak upper body.
Just do one right now.
Give me a number, and I'll tell you which one of you guys is closer to the correct number that you can do.
I think I'll stick with. I'll try to one. I'm gonna go. I'm competitive, so I think I could eke one more out than Kangoro. I'll say 6.
Well, you can both only do 5. So.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
How many do you think you can do, Hot Shot?
Yeah, that's gonna do it for this time.
Kangoro thinks you're a little bitch.
You said 6? Is that really the number you think you can do? Is 6?
I don't know. I don't want to brag like I'm strong, but I know.
Brag?
Well, I mean, I want to be boastful and say
I don't want to be.
Look at that braggart thinking he can do less than the average male.
I think at least 20. Like, I think some pride's going to carry you past 10, right? Like, you're not going to collapse after fucking 6 push-ups in the ground.
Gah! Fuck, just slam my face through a toilet seat.
Oh, no. You're a fucking nerd noise. Calling to work.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then. How tall of a hat do you think you can wear?
Oh, man.
10 meters? Ooh.
Yeah, tallest, bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin. I think I could wear... I can wear a 20-meter hat. I could just balance it on my head, walk around. Because all I have to do is get down to the end of my driveway, and I got that record, baby.
I would just have, like, a fucking 100-foot hat and then sprint the 10 meters before it hit the ground.
And then have someone waiting with a 25-mile-an-hour kick to your groin at the end so you can just you can get multiple records at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, how hard could you get kicked in the groin? I'm thinking 1 mile per hour.
I wonder how hard could Kangoro kick you even harder than that guy? He bet you can generate some force with those servos. Yeah.
Guy can't even do fucking 5 push-ups. Justice Smith doing more than 5 push-ups, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Justice Smith sounds like a gladiator name, not a UFC name. How many push-ups can Laser do?
That's going to do it for this time. We'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 friends.